my goodness, the amount of mosquitoes I'm looking at right now is kind of terrifying. I mean, I'm looking at 1,000 of them basically right here, and then another 1,000 of them right above me. Hope you guys can see that. I knew I was going to get attacked by a boatload of mosquitoes out here, but I did not think it was going to be this bad. Alright, considering that it is pretty much 8 o'clock and I only have like an hour and a half of usable daylight left, I'm going to get camp going. I got to kind of move quickly here, and then I got to figure out what spot I'm going to end up making my food at. Alright, guys. That's kind of how my night's going in a nutshell. Let me deal with that. What's going on, you guys? Welcome to the channel. On today's video, I'm going to show you how to get eaten alive by a bunch of mosquitoes. Or in other words, we're going camping, which I'm really excited about. It's been weeks since I've actually gone camping, so I'm pretty stoked. Basically, sort of some context for this ride. I was looking at some maps and I spotted a couple lakes that had a trail that I could actually get to these lakes. And so, yeah, I got a break in the weather. It actually snowed up here. I literally, right in this area, it snowed on me, I think like 2 weeks ago. So, you know, we finally got like a break in the weather. I don't think it's going to be too cold tonight. So, yeah, I was like, yep, that's it, we're going. I had to get out of the house before something kept me there. So, goal of this ride is to make it to those lakes and have a good camp out. This trailhead that we're going to is an hour out of town and then a few miles down the trail to get to this lake, or get to both of these lakes, I mean. So I'm hoping we'll have the place all to ourselves, but, you know, we'll find out. What I'm really interested to see for this ride is, so I mentioned this before in my previous moto camping videos, but I have 3 sets of bags that I run on my bike. I have ultralight bags. Those are good for like single track or really tight trails. I have the Reckless 80s, which are, you know, good for a couple weeks worth of riding. And then I have what I'm carrying today, which are my new Reckless 40s. So what I'm really interested to see is how well do these Reckless 40s do on single track. It's going to be interesting. I have no gauge. I think they could either do really well or it could be a little too much luggage. The other thing is, I really have no idea what the status of this trail is. I know, you know, we're at 7,000 feet right now, so we're definitely getting up into the high mountain stuff. But, you know, not a whole lot of snow. That part's really good. But I have no idea how much deadfall is going to be on this trail. So, I have the chainsaw, but, you know, maybe we'll need it, maybe we won't. Also, there's a really cool lake right here, so I'm going to stop here and I'll let you guys see it. So anyways, this is the kind of, you know, alpine lakes that are up in these mountains. I'm really hopeful that, you know, the lake that we camp at tonight, if it looks something like this, man, that would be perfect. I love it when, you know, obviously it's a really scenic area, but it's not too heavily forested. You know, like there's plenty of spots where I could set up a tent. So obviously, you know, we're not camping at this lake right now, but I'm hopeful that the lake that we're going to camp at tonight will look somewhat like that. Alright, we have made it onto the trail. So, good news is I was reading the trailhead sign and it looks like it's going to be a pretty mild trail. Mainly just, you know, really scenic. But I gotta say, you know, first time taking these Reckless 40 saddlebags on single track. Not bad. I'm liking them so far. If the trail stays like this, then these bags will definitely work. But I think if it gets super technical, then it might get a little bit more challenging. Oh yeah, you can see there's little bits of snow still up on those mountains up ahead of us. Well, it looks like this trail may not have been cleared yet. That is not good news for me. Yeah, that's a bummer. I was really hopeful that, you know, this trail had been at least, you know, ridden by somebody else before me. I mean, it's July. There we go. I'm really hopeful that maybe that tree was just, you know, a one-off. It'd be nice if we didn't have to stop a whole bunch to do a bunch of trail work. Because the thing is, like, it's July now. I did a whole bunch of trail work back in June. And usually, well, I can't even say that. I was about to say, usually by July the trails are, you know, clear. That's not really true. There more of them are clear because a lot of people spend June, you know, clearing and maintaining trails. But you know, I've cleared trails in August, so I can't say that. But you know, maybe we'll just get lucky. Maybe that tree will just be a one-off. If I have to cut more, that's fine. That's why I brought the chainsaw, right? That did not take long. Another cutter. Look at that, I'm already getting bit by mosquitoes. Oh man, they're freaking everywhere. Oh man. First bit of technical stuff. Alright, let's see how good the bags do. Man, I did really good on that. At least really good for having, you know, full saddlebags on. Oh, snap. All right. That's a cutter. Haha. Almost got me. Started to pinch at the very last second. Look, another two. Little one and a big one. Oh man, this is not the kind of techie stuff that I can do with saddlebags. Holy cow. All right. There we go. Whew. Yeah, I'm hoping I don't have too many of those. Yeah, I could do this stuff no problem without saddlebags. But with saddlebags, that's another story. Not looking so good for us. Oh man, dude, these are some big trees. That's a really tough cut with a 16-inch bar. Oh man, look at that. Good luck to me. Am I through? Oh. Okay. I really hope this is showing up on the camera right now. Those are all mosquitoes. Every single one of them. So the good news is we got through the log. Bad news is there are literally so many. There's literally one on my finger, look. See it? There are literally so many mosquitoes right now. I had to get my windbreaker and my bug net out of my pack. I think this could very well be some of the most mosquitoes I've ever seen in one place. All right, good to go. While I was getting eaten alive by those mosquitoes back there, I tossed the drone up in the air, and it looks like we are just about to get to the first lake, which I'll tell you what, it's almost 8 o'clock now. So I'm really considering setting up camp at this first lake instead of holding out for the next one. Wow, look at that. I mean, it's a pretty lake. This trail is so flooded out though. Partly explains the mosquitoes, I guess. Oh man, what a cool lake. Let me see if I can find a good spot somewhere around here. It's got to be level. It's got to have no flooding issues. Hopefully be close to the water. And of course there's another log. You know what? There was a second trail that went down low. I wonder if that'll get me to the water. Looks like somebody tried to use a hatchet to cut through this. Oh my God, do you see those mosquitoes? That's insane. That is insane. I really hope you guys can see all of those. Oh, they're coming after me now. Holy cow, that is I knew I was going to get attacked by a boatload of mosquitoes out here, but I did not think it was going to be this bad. Oh man, tell you what. That is a sweet campsite. My goodness, the amount of mosquitoes I'm looking at right now is kind of terrifying. I really hope they're showing up on the camera. I never know till I get back and start editing the footage, but I mean, I'm looking at 1,000 of them basically right here, and then another 1,000 of them right above me. Hope you guys can see that. Let's see how many logs we have between this site and the bike. I don't think I have enough bar oil to get through all of those. I have enough saw fuel, but I don't think I have enough bar oil. Alright, first thing, why don't we go see if we can ride around to the other side of the lake, see if there's any good spots over there. There might be. I gotta be careful not to get my boots muddy right now. I only have this one pair of socks, which in hindsight is, I probably should have packed better, but I was like, you know, one night, I just need one pair of socks. Not if I get them wet. I just lucked out so much. Firing right here, the dirt is dry, and it's flat, so I can put a tent down on it, and guess what? Absolutely insane view. Alright, considering that it is pretty much 8 o'clock and I only have like an hour and a half of usable daylight left, I'm going to get camp going. I got to kind of move quickly here, and then I got to figure out what spot I'm going to end up making my food at, because this is going to be a good spot to have a campfire to hang out at, but I'm not going to want to make my food here. I'm going to want to make it elsewhere, and I'm getting hungry, so yeah, I better get to it. Alright, guys. That's kind of how my night's going in a nutshell. Let me deal with that. I'm swarmed by mosquitoes. I mean, you can literally see them. I'm getting to the point where they're driving me f***ing insane. I feel like I'm in Alaska right now. This is crazy. Most I've seen in years. So, there's that. My kickstand's broken, so my bike keeps falling over. I didn't even notice that it broke. But it was broken and it keeps falling over. That's the third time it's fallen over. So it's not going to make it the whole night. It's probably going to fall over and leak out all its fuel, and then I'll be stranded here. So I've decided to pack my shit up and head home. I'm not happy about it, but it's a good chance to oh, God, they're biting through my hat, my hand. Yeah, it's a good opportunity to show you guys that sometimes things don't exactly work out. But, yeah, I'm going to get all this stuff packed up really quick. I'm actually kind of impressed this bike hasn't fallen back over. But I'm going to get all this stuff packed up really quick and try and get out of here with the daylight that I have left. Sorry, guys. I'm going to end this video here. Even though I know it's kind of crappy. I hope you guys liked it. If you did... God, they're biting me through my hat. If you did, please hit the like button. Thank you. I'll see you guys on the next one. Adios, guys.